for more Marvel stuff, breaking Deadpool 3 to feature BattleWorld. Let's see what everything always has to say about this and check this out.
What's going on, guys? Welcome to Everything Always. My name's Michael Roman, aka All Fires. Now, while we wait for any sort of positive update about the strikes, apparently there's not one coming in any time soon, meaning, at least for Deadpool 3, there's no way it's going to make its May release date. However, we continue to get brand new details about this film, and one of the things I think is most exciting about it is while we continue to hear new ones from trusted industry insider sources, it basically means all of those plot leaks we were getting in earlier in the year were not only fully off base, they were just false. Well, that's where we pick up today with the craziest industry insider update coming from the most trusted source, none other than Daniel RPK with the two-piece, talking about a more than cameo role for a returning X-Men villain, but more than that, the involvement of BattleWorld in Deadpool 3. We're going to talk about this latest update in full and what it really means for the film, just where this film might be placed in the timeline now, how far it's going to go in setting up Secret Wars, and the possible involvement of a villain none other than Dr. Doom. We're breaking it all down, the latest implication from Daniel RPK that BattleWorld is going to make an appearance in the upcoming Deadpool 3, and a brand new cameo update. But first, if you could grab the subscribe button, we do daily Marvel content at the channel, and that's all we do. Everything from official Easter egg breakdowns, trailers, and reviews, to the occasional industry insider report and everything in between. So if that sort of thing's for you, hit the subscribe button, leave a comment down below. That will automatically enter you to win our ongoing PS5 giveaway. The next one is right around the corner. All you gotta do, be a subscriber, leave a comment on this video if you want, stick around to the end of the video. We get into all the giveaway stuff again there. Now, of course, I routinely remind you guys here at the channel to take everything with a grain of salt or leave it in rumor territory, but a quick reminder when it comes to Daniel Rickman, he's probably the most accurate industry insider or scooper we cover here at the channel, maybe only right behind the Hollywood Reporter and Deadline, going back as long as I've been doing this. So as far as accuracy when it comes to his updates, take that for what you will. He actually had two yesterday, both of which are exciting. We'll start with the first. Apparently, Liv Schreiber will reportedly be returning as Sabretooth in Deadpool 3, and he went on with one additional detail, that the role is reportedly larger than just a cameo, but not a huge role. So you could imagine around for maybe something very similar to what we saw during Multiverse of Madness, and while I surely hope that they integrate the action a little better than everybody just going one at a time standing in a room, I think that's what we can expect from a lot of these X-Men cameos that have been reported. There's not going to be enough film for them to all have a major role, but more than just one or two lines or a cameo actually getting in on the action. But it was the next update that was far crazier when his official Twitter account at DanielRPK tweeted out the gif of the Deadpool logo with Wolverine claws slashing through, alongside this map of BattleWorld from the 2015 Jonathan Hickman run of Secret Wars, implying we're going to get to see the first look at BattleWorld in the MCU and during Deadpool 3. Now, there's still a ton that Marvel's going to have to set in motion in order to make this work, but it might give us a glimpse into what they're doing. Now, in the comics, when BattleWorld showed up, Marvel used it as an opportunity to tie in all their other comic book runs. Starting with Planet Hulk, you had runs like X-Men 92, Age of Apocalypse, Armor Wars, each had their own little place in BattleWorld. But the way they explained it in story was Dr. Doom, who had stolen the power of the Beyonders at this point, used all the remnants of incursion points after the last incursion between the 1610 and the 616 to compile them into BattleWorld. Now, it's often been rumored that the last incursion may take place between the 838 and the 616, or the 19999, however you're referring to our MCU, and we may see a foreshadowing of that coming up in the post-credit scene or at the end of the upcoming The Marvels. But in the meantime, and since we already know of some major incursions from what took place during Multiverse of Madness, then if you simply substitute Kang for Dr. Doom, he may already be building BattleWorld with these remnants. And what are going to be the remnants of these incursion points, you ask? Well, considering that Deadpool 3 is highly focusing on some of the older Fox X-Men universes, but also the Daredevil universe with the inclusion of Elektra, and now it's been rumored maybe even alternate Avengers universes, it could be that this is going to be how Marvel Studios views what's left of BattleWorld. Take the Sony Spider-Verses, Andrew Spider-Verse, all of the broken Venom-verse, all of that. Take what's left over of the Foxverse, the old Fantastic Four universes, and what's made up of the MCU and the 838. You have multiple parts of the multiverse now that have been explored at some point during Marvel cinema and over the last couple of decades. And that's how I think you can make it count and have stakes for characters like Hugh Jackman's Wolverine, Tobey Maguire coming back for his Spider-Man, Andrew Garfield, obviously all these characters fighting on behalf of their world and what's left of BattleWorld. Now, it is a little confusing to see how in the world we're going to get BattleWorld in Deadpool 3, and while there's still movies like The Thunderbolts and Brave New World that are, at least at this point, scheduled to come out after it, you would imagine that if we're at the point of BattleWorld, by the time that we're in Deadpool, things are going to be an absolute mess for anything that's sort of a grounded film, say series like Daredevil or even the upcoming Spider-Man 4. However, much to the contrary, because of the way time is laid out in the MCU, and especially as described by He Who Remains as a flat circle, I think that Deadpool can comfortably be a prequel of things to come, take place in its own part of the multiverse in a battle world that's either existed before or what is getting combined now as incursions take place. There have been a couple of rumors now that perhaps the Void is BattleWorld or was BattleWorld all along, and I don't think that that's the case. I think the way they describe the Void makes sense, and we might get a little more of that context in the upcoming Loki Season 2, but regardless, it could be that BattleWorld is being formed. It just isn't exactly clear to me how they're going to explain something like, well, Dr. Doom had the power of the Beyonders, yeah, but what is that for Kang? That might tie back to some of the rumors that Kang's variant might end up being a Beyonder himself, which to me, I think kind of ruins it a little bit because that's not how it's been. Some of you have asked me about that, so we haven't covered it here at the channel, but maybe I should do a video on it. I just don't feel like Kang being a Beyonder makes any sense in the context of what's going on in the MCU even. But I will also say that Kang was never He Who Remains. Those were totally different characters, and Marvel Studios decided to conflate the two, so perhaps they are looking to do that with the Beyonder as well. It might explain what's going on with Kang's unworldly ability to be outside of time and have a council of Kangs, but Kang also points to himself as Nathaniel Richards. Remember, this is a distant relative of Reed Richards that we'll meet in the MCU, so if that's his origin point, how is he also a Beyonder? I really hope that Beyonder rumor is not true, but regardless, I really hope that this update from Daniel RPK about BattleWorld is true, because it's ultimately going to be extremely ambitious for Marvel to try to pull this off. Whatever they're going to say has happened or will happen, and I do like the idea of them sort of dropping into the story with Deadpool without too much of an explainer. And I also think my theory about them just building a BattleWorld as it goes along, whoever Kang Prime is at this point, not the one who got sucked into the quantum drive at the end of Quantumania, but whoever Kang Prime is, maybe even the ultimate plan of the Council of Kangs, is they are steady building BattleWorld at this moment. The MCU will eventually become a part of that. But guys, let me know all your thoughts down below about how this should go down, what should happen with this. I know there were some rumors about a BattleWorld Disney Plus television series. Guys, I can assure you that is not something that they're going to put on Disney Plus. If anything, it'll just be rolled into what's going on with Secret Wars and eventually Kang Dynasty. But I am all ears. Quickly, let's get into giveaway stuff before I let you go. All right, we are still giving away PlayStation 5s at the channel. We've got at least 3 to go this year with the Marvels, What If, and Loki in just about a month. All you got to do to be entered to win, super simple, hit the subscribe button. Because it's truly random, the more videos you comment on, the better chance you have of winning. The best way to keep up with the content has always been to hit the notification bell with all notifications turned on. And as always, if you like today's video, I'd appreciate it if you hit the like button. My name's Michael Roman. You can find me in a couple of places, Instagram and Twitter at @ImFires. You can also find me on Spotify, YouTube, Amazon, Apple, iTunes, wherever you listen to original music under the name All Fires, hence the AKA at the beginning of the video. Thanks for checking this channel out, guys. Stick around. We'll be posting again real soon.
So like this video and have a great night, and please like this video and see you guys. Bye.